Have you noticed the modern paradox that is home ownership? People make the single biggest purchase of their life as their home, and then they spend all of their productive years serving the payments to be able to keep that home. And yet, when the world corporations and bankers come along and say, hey, in the future, we're going to take your stuff, we're going to take your home, and it doesn't even elicit a verbal response. Could it be that there's a secret, unspoken hatred of this relationship between working and suffering just to have a place that we don't even live at? I mean, after all, why would you be attached to your home and your property? Because you spend all your time out working and elsewhere servicing a debt. In contrast to like my grandfather's generation, who was raised a generation backwards even, if you had told him that you were going to tax or take his home, you probably wouldn't have seen the light of another day. It represented not only a part of who they were, but it represented the safety and the sheltering of their family. It represented an expression of their personality and who they were in this world. Their home served them and protected them. They didn't spend their time serving their home, and in that they pursued a lot of other interests. So I would like to put forth the idea, what if you had a house that served you? What if it was an extension of your identity? What if you were able to build your own home? What would that take? By building your own home and not paying a bank note on it, you remove the majority of all the expense of having a home. And now home ownership is within the reach of everyone because it doesn't really take that much. When you let go of the expectations of society and what you think and what you've been programmed that you ought to have, you realize that it's entirely possible to build your own home. And what does it do for you? It's no longer a house when it's an extension of who you are, and it's filled with joy and the loved ones in your life. It becomes truly a home.
Yeah, since like my dad teaching us a good work ethic, when I was 17, I went to school half a day and then walked to Ken's Pizza, and I did everything, and my boss was so amazed, at 17 how I could have such a good work ethic. But the point is that at 17, I worked at Ken's Pizza for $3.75 an hour. Then I worked in the deli for $5.75 an hour, moving up. And then I worked at a nursing home, lifting people, worked very physically hard with very little amount of money, maybe $6, $7 an hour, and did a lot of hard work.
Do you like your job?
No.
What makes you happy?
A lot of money.
Do you think that it's possible to hate your job but to still be happy in life?
Real answer? Oh my god, that's so complicated.
How would you feel if you were looking at having to continue doing that into your late 60s and 70s?
Oh my goodness.
Because that would be normal retirement.
Because I have bad knees. I can't put weight down on my knees. I'm not as coordinated now.
Without a paid-for home and choosing a retirement lifestyle,
I would have
you
had
would literally be
yes.
working till 70.
Yes, and I'm 53 now, and I am so truly grateful that we do have our land paid for. We do have our home paid for, and I'm at peace. And I can do what I want to do. If I want to go make pottery, I can make pottery. If I want to listen to music.
And our home's paid for because
we built it. Our home is paid for because we built it. And it's beautiful. All these rooms are beautiful. And when I'm washing dishes, I'm grateful. When I'm making delicious meals, I'm grateful and I'm happy because I am free. I can do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and how I want to do it. I have the time. If I'm cooking a meal and I'm done, if I want to go take a walk out there, I can go take a walk, I can go look at the ducks and watch them get in the pond. I can just sit and hear the birds chirping and be quiet. And one time I was sitting out on the patio and a bird was chirping, started talking, and I just started talking and that bird was talking away. That bird was having a conversation. So it was so wonderful. And then it's the contrast is just amazing. You know, I am so much happier. My dad was happier when he was able to do what fed his soul, what excited him, being one with nature, working with his hands.
So if you had to tell someone, is it worth living a little more simply and building your own house versus the prospect of working until you're nearly 70?
Absolutely. There is, absolutely. Words cannot express the joy and the happiness and the contentment of living simple. But living simple does not mean that you don't get to have the things you want. We still watch movies. We have an ice machine, reverse osmosis ice machine. We can live life. We have sweet tea. I make banana shakes. I make banana bread. We have our own grinder. We make our own bread. Delicious bread. It brings me joy and happiness when we can make our own bread. We can grow. I made homemade pizza crust. I made homemade sweet potato pie. I made homemade pizza. I love it. And then cherry tomatoes. We made our homemade pizza sauce. I love it. It brings me joy and true happiness now. And y'all can have that experience. We do AirCrete because it's so cost effective, but you can build alternative building. But we do AirCrete because in all the alternative building, it is the one that is cost effective that will give you the income and the freedom to design your life. So I am truly thankful and grateful that I've been able to be one with nature and to just live the life how I want. Simple doesn't mean that you don't have Wi-Fi or that you don't get to enjoy the things you enjoy. It just means that you simplify what you truly need to have for your soul to be at peace. That's what simple means. Designing your life on what you desire and what feeds your soul and what makes you happy from day to day, from the time you get up till the time you go to bed. You can design your life and live it simply and live it abundantly prosperous because your soul is happy. You're happy and excited and joyful.
What if you built your own home? What would it take? Click the link below in the description to learn more about our upcoming AirCrete house building workshops and our video courses. We're going to show you how to do everything from foundation to finish: plumbing, electrical, designing solar power systems, worm composting flush toilets, how to do the safety engineering for AirCrete as well as heat load calculations, and installing your own air conditioners. Come and get every skill that you need and meet amazing like-minded people.